I do this work because it really is my heart.
Clients are incredibly happy to be working with us. 9 times out of 10, the client will end the phone call with "Thank you so much. Thank you for opening this up. Thank you for giving me options. I felt so lost."
Workers having someone on their side, and an organization that has expertise in the legislation, where most of us don't have that expertise, is really critical in our community.
It reinforced what I had thought all along, was that there was a need for this, that there were a lot of people out there in the community who are not able to access basic rights.
And right from day one, we were helping workers, and then we just started continually getting more and more requests, and each year we would get more and more funding and more clients at the door, and we were able to, year after year, set a new record of the number of people we assisted, and most importantly, the number of benefits and wages we were able to get for workers who never would have been able to get that money from unfair employers.
Hearing some of the stories that the caseworkers would share with us in terms of, folks that had even gone back to their country, not just immediate impact, but generational impacts for their families, and that's truly what it's about.
A job in one place, and I was there about 5 months. I worked there 5 months. When I just lose my work, I found this organization, Abina helped me with organize my documents and make condition for getting AI benefits.
A lot of people coming to the country, particularly newcomers or temporary foreign workers, they might not know what their rights and responsibilities are under the law. Basically, if you're not a lawyer and not living in that space, you may not know all the ins and outs of those things.
Employment with dignity is very important, right? And so individuals that may not be treated well, or have had some situation occur that, is against human rights legislation, or is not reflective of the standards that we as Canadians like to uphold in terms of how people are treated with respect and dignity. That's also very important to us.
It's tough. It's really tough. Yeah, it gets to your veins. It affects your relationships with the family. I have seen a lot, not only my clients, but also my friends, those in my community, especially those who are here as contract workers, whose rights when it comes to compensation have been violated. That I see that they're not getting paid properly, and some of them are not getting paid exactly what they're supposed to be paid for. In terms of benefits, they don't get it. But I love it that we have this Workers Resource Center.
To see somebody finally be able to buy their own groceries instead of going to the food bank because their AISH appeal got overturned. To see people, have hope. Some people, especially if it is a longer term issue like disability support, they haven't had hope for a long time.
For workers to know where to go to, where they will be understood, where their issues will be, they'll be pointed to the right directions for support. I think that is key and important. And so then, if they can get that information on a timely manner, Workers Resource Center is the place to go.
I think our current work that we're doing here at the WRC indicates that we have no intention of slowing down. Our clients feel a lot better knowing that somebody's in their corner and that, our public legal educator is out there giving talks on, hey, these are the rights in your workplace that you're owed, right? So going out into the workforce, knowing that, they can't deduct for a uniform. No, they have to pay you overtime under these rules.
I have to say, in the end of the 90s, in the early 2000s, this was a dream. And when you're working in the labor movement for 30 or 40 years, there's not very many dreams that come true.
And I'm very grateful Workers Resource Center for helping for one of the difficult period for me.